Yo, Peter. Most people, I don't need to always compare myself with other people here. I can see so many content here. I try to be the person who I want to listen myself. And I love to watch myself. I hear in my own self here. And that's the good start here. So imagine I'm the myself number one fan here. I'm my biggest fan. I watch more of my own content than any other people here. I'm more interested in myself than any other person is. And like here, and that's the way how it has to be here because nobody else could here. I need to do things myself. Imagine kind of ideas that you will die anytime. You will lose everything you done here. And I really think myself like, well, that's kind of like universe is like all of myself, all of my self-interest on my own decision, my self-decision. Imagine yourself like, I was somehow self-judge here. And this maybe go against, this is not about the kind of concept of the free will here. So many people here have this kind of self-idea here, okay, and thoughts is kind of free will and make a decision based off of their own, this kind of decision or true choice or so here. And I put myself kind of think interesting concept like, well, what if I would have a choice here? And what is the conditionality behind the choice here? Imagine myself to ask the question, what is my conditional behind my choice here? So, have those eyes here. Imagine myself, the lazy eye phenomenon here is that I want to put myself gun in hand concept here, like do something here. Is that when you talk to other people here, is that the eyes, this face expression here is coming from deep down here, okay? So, and I need to really look in here, again here, make immediately think here is kind of like here it is how it goes, okay? So don't be so much on your head here, okay? So no afraid to express like hey, I say something here and smile here, and don't be always so pursuant here other people. You know what they are here. Your number one job in work is protecting my own self here from the universe of other people's self-interest here and maximize your self-interest here. I don't know what to say over the world, universe, and so on. And well, maybe it's the case here. And the difference between the non-living and the living entities here. Okay, so like I'm kind of like the only living entity here. I was like the hamster right down there here. Imagine the funny things that able to engage people here. What we call the basic societal skills here. Imagine yourself kind of like the concept of respect here. The females are very complex thing here, and I need to really think myself the holistic aspect of the females to like kind of like the real cause and ethic here versus taking and giving mentality here. It's kind of a concept of the like transactions like okay sure I will here, but to become a romantic way. It's not kind of like you're not the kind of guy. You need to understand yourself always concept to be the best at yourself here in the context of the female and chicks here when it comes to attractiveness here of who you are here. Imagine yourself like here is that am I living my life here to be as attractive possible, to attracting as many girls possible here. When you talk to chicks here, is the mindset where it comes like, hey, this is awesome here, and I can do whatever I want here. It's like, well, what do you want to eat, drink here? Imagine yourself, you have this spark in your eyes. It's like, wow, most people here are so zombies in some society here, and it does make just. Anyways, it's kind of like anger, the loss of human touch here. Human touch here is that it's like separation. All these people in the world, in kind of like competitive entities here, like some social media competition. When it comes to Instagram likes and some kind of popularity contest here, and when people spend so much time trying to compete like popularity over other people instead connecting anyone here. Imagine the component competition versus cooperation and connection here. Is it where people are just separate and others like apart like whoa I'm better than other people here and I just don't need other people anything here. Imagine myself like I'm all so much in my head here for sure ideas but I see myself like no matter how intellectual you might be here, need to be able to drop all that off here. Like I'm able anytime to fight here if there's a need here, go to fist fight here. Intelligence always apply, but focus on that moment here. Survival. The intelligence go to here to the situational awareness here and skills to over here. Imagine myself in a big war here to be a survivor here, to use intelligence to become a winner and victorious because over those adversities in the war here. The war is full of the factors. And imagine myself like, alright, so the weakness of these people here is that, yes, I can see, I can be angry, and I am angry here, and I should be angry here. But I say myself, there is a punishment those people, and the punishment is, of course, obvious here. It is loss of all the giving benefit every rest of life here, plus here. And that's it here, because there's always punishment here in your life, and it's you should do that thing. You should punish those barrier or whatever here. It's showing off them here, and you tell you like, well, look, you don't have maybe free will, and your actions come from place of stupidity, self-interest, selfish gene, external influences, etc. here, and we've got psychology here, and it's unfortunately is like, I don't know, is this punishment a deterrent? Somehow yes, but it's also kind of like, well, here it is, you didn't get away from that action here. Unfortunately, that action was too bad here, and you have to be punished here. Okay, so it's sad state this universe, but it's like if people will stop doing these things, the punishment will happen here, and it's so difficult people to stop doing this like here. Unfortunately here, it's nothing to do with the free will. It's just kind of like eradication of the action, something here, and that's all here. It's just in this universe eradicate that kind of thing here. It's those stupidity here, and the kind of like malevolence of that kind of like barren thing here. Okay, so whatsoever here, it's kind of like, so nobody ever will do that ever again here. And how the fuck is it possible here? So I don't need to go around the world beating bush here. It's like here, I have a limited energy in the ways here. What the heck I want to spend the time here, energy myself here, to doing some things. I can be like motivation speaker. Look, I have the skills. I have practiced the last freaking 10 years how to speak proper English, how to express my opinions, ideas here, and just transfer that over the whole world audience. And not just a YouTube, but there's plenty of channels. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Like, I just got it here. Let's look at the video.